Welcome back on the couch with Casey, and this week it's forward Demetrios Koumontzis, all aboard here. And Como, well, welcome onto the couch.
Yeah, good to be here. How are we doing?
Good, and let's get to know you here. For the fans who don't, you're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, grew up with 5 brothers, all of them played hockey, and I'm assuming trying to be like Sidney Crosby. So walk me through your development, what got you into the game, and what brought you to Greensboro?
Born in Pennsylvania, but most of my family grew up in Arizona. So hockey obviously not being the biggest sport there. And I think I just kind of fell in love with it from my older brothers playing. And obviously being a Pittsburgh fan, Crosby was obviously who we all watched. Hockey kind of became the main thing when we moved to Minnesota. So kind of been all over the place. But we moved to Minnesota when I was around 11, 12 years old. And then that love for the game kind of started to grow. So over the years, went back to Arizona for my college career. And then now I'm in Greensboro for my 3rd or 4th year of pro. So happy to be here. Excited to help build this new franchise and see what happens.
So in each of those locations, what would you say were the biggest things that you took out of each city that you lived in that is a part of your personality?
Arizona is really more where I just remember all like the childhood memories. So I think there's so much nostalgia that goes back to whenever I go back to Arizona. It's truly where my family grew up and where our childhood home was, all those memories. And then Minnesota, I think Minnesota in general has a huge community feel with all of their towns and everything. And obviously with hockey just being so big, you know kids from all over the state, and you just become one with the whole state of hockey, I guess it is. Yeah, I think that community feel, and most of my friends are there. And yeah, I would say that community feel is really what I got from Minnesota.
As you mentioned, you went to Arizona State for your NCAA career, 5 years with the Sun Devils, and one of the biggest growing franchises in college hockey. And it's really something to behold what they've put together with the new rink and all the stuff. You were playing at Oceanside, though, and that was quite the barn. I remember you weren't in the roster when Clarkson visited there, but that was a line brawl into the tunnels of that one. And tell me about your time at Arizona State and how that built you into the professional that you are now.
I mean, it was awesome. Again, I think it goes to show just being a new program. A lot of us wanted to go there and help build something that wasn't there before. And I think that's something that's hard to find with a lot of college programs. They already have their history there. They're guys that have done it. And to go back now and see the new rink that's been built and see all of, teammates' faces that are on the walls, mine, like it's really cool to go back and see, how much work went into building a new program and where it's at now. I think that's the biggest thing when you look at the program is how far it's come in such a short span of time, and hoping that something that we can do here in Greensboro as well is take this to the highest peak in a short span of time. So.
And Demetrios is trying to do something special in the community as well. You're hoping to get heavily involved with the hospitals and give back to children, and talk a little bit about where your passion for helping others comes from.
I think it's just one of the main reasons why I play. I mean, we all look around, the fans mean so much, but obviously you want to play for those who can't, and whenever we go to those kind of the hospitals and visit those kids that are stuck places that we would never want to be, but it just means the world to be able to give back to those children, and hopefully we can do as much as we can here in Greensboro to start getting them out to games, practices, and sharing the game of hockey with them as well.
For those who are learning the game of hockey, what would you say is your favorite rule in the sport of hockey?
Favorite rule? I don't know what my favorite rule is.
How about least favorite? One that you would take out of the books if you could get rid of one.
Least favorite rule. The plus-minus rule. No one likes that one. No one likes the plus-minus rule.
Well, if we're going to books, he's a big reader here, and although you are a big Lord of the Rings guy, you have not read those books.
No, I haven't.
Now, what is the most important scene in the Lord of the Rings lore? And you've seen all of the scenes, the extended editions and everything.
We might have fans coming out and saying I'm wrong. Most important scene. Now, this could be argued about because there's so many. There wouldn't be a movie. There wouldn't be any movies if in the opening scene of the first one they just destroyed the ring. So we could throw that one out. Most important scene. Can I just say best scene?
Best scene.
I mean, best scene is when Aragorn just says for Frodo, obviously in the third one, at the end when he just turns and he says, for Frodo. That's the best scene.
Letting Como geek out on the couch with Casey. Let's finish it off with some words of wisdom for the Gargoyles fans.
Words of wisdom. It's a great day for a day.
It is. Head coach Scott Burt, Demetrios Koumontzis, thanks for spending some time here.
Yeah, thank you.